Yeah, yo. Woke up in the morning and to God be the glory. Thankful for another day to tell my story. Put my opinions in the universe and let them orbit. I'm from the dirty south with a dirty mouth, might need orbit. Miss things on me like a nigga Norbit. Had to refuse them cause my bitch no Rasputia, she gorgeous. As I dap my sons up and kiss my daughter forehead. Tell them we gon' get this money till my pockets morbid. Remember living in apartments, now we playing mortgage. You ain't gotta like a nigga regardless, baby, I'm blessed. And I keep that blick with me, we like grits and eggs. As you sip your coffee, flick your cigarette and let a nigga vent. Yeah.
We back. Ooh, we back. Grits and Eggs podcast. Episode 72. There's only one thing we can call this episode. We back. We back, baby.
Back.
Hiatus.
Long hiatus.
Long hiatus.
It is.
They thought they lost us.
They thought we was gone.
Thought we was gone. We ain't went nowhere. Huh? Came back with a Yankee fitted on.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Deontay Kyle, but who's behind the camera?
Big ooh. Smokestack lightning. Cat is back, baby. Ooh. Smokestack lightning. Big ice cup.
Man, we missed y'all, man. So go ahead and do the originals. What you looking for?
The mic, it keeps, I don't know. Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
a volume thing?
It's not a volume thing. I think it's a shortage in the mic. It just keeps
In
going.
the mic?
In the jack.
In the headphones?
In the headphones, yeah. The headphones. It keeps cutting out. Yeah.
All right, well, just
It's
know
okay.
you heard, baby.
It's okay.
Just
It's
know
all
we
right.
can hear you.
It's all right. I'm used to not having a mic sometimes. It's okay. It doesn't bother me. We can take it back. I don't. We can take it back.
No, we can. No, we need you. Because as everybody know, you are the host of New Music Monday.
I am.
All right.
New
so
Music
check me out.
Mondays.
Ain't done this in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Feel good to be back in this seat.
We back, baby.
We back. Deontay at DeontayKyle.com for all your advice submissions, inquiries, booking. Had a lot of booking.
You were booked up.
To this thing on the world tour.
Yeah, you was booked up, baby.
Yeah. We got some advice submissions today. We got some email submissions. We got some voicemails. Voicemails from 657-234-EGGS. That's 657-234-3447. We're gonna implement that into the Patreon. Grits and Eggs Patreon. Nothing but $8.
$8.
Grits and Eggs podcast on Patreon. It's $8.
$8.
First of all, shout out to all the cousins that held it down in our hiatus. Because we ain't even joined our Patreon episodes.
Yeah.
And y'all held it down. Y'all ain't going nowhere. A couple of y'all did. I can see that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool 50 of y'all dipped out on us.
50?
But guess what?
Yeah.
Well, we lost, we gained back. We got 100 more.
Oh.
And shout out to let's give them a little walkthrough.
Okay.
Let's finish the plugs. Deontay at Deontay.Kyle on Instagram and TikTok. We are staying off of Twitter.
Yeah, you gotta stay off Twitter, boy.
Gotta stay off Twitter. We'll address that a little later on in the episode. Don't drink and tweet. You can mean what you say. Drunk man tells no lie.
Yeah,
Time and a place for everything.
it is.
My mama told me that. I broke one of the golden rules. You're looking at the AAMBC award-winning podcast.
Ow!
Grits and Eggs podcast. But we are also nominated for a BIA award, and those voter, what is it? The polls?
The polls are open.
The polls are open.
Yeah.
We back.
Big ice cup. Yeah.
Hold on, nigga. Hold on. What you doing? Hold on.
Oh shit.
Yeah. In the description, it'll send you directly. Now, I'm not going to tell you who else to vote for. I got my ideas of who you should vote for in these other categories, but I'm not, I don't want to be accused of misusing my influence.
Okay.
So you can vote for us. Podcast of the Year, Grits and Eggs Podcast. That'll be 2. It's up to you. You got to vote.
Gotta vote.
The polls are open. Now, let's have 92% show up for us.
Not the country.
Fuck this country. Show up for us.
Yeah. Show up for the grits and eggs.
Yeah. It's a black cause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We doing good work over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had the lunch program with the babies in East Point.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good turnout for what it was.
Okay.
But I've partnered with them and decided if they give me more notice, we'll have a better turnout, so we could do more promotion.
Mm-hmm.
So BIA, it's in the description. Go vote. We also have Grits and Eggs Field Day, only for the cousin.
Only for the cousin.
And if you don't know what that means,
Well, you're not a cousin.
you're not a cousin. That's too damn bad. Also with the Patreon, you get things like this. Cousin.
Cousin mugs.
Hold on, what did it say on the back? Zoom in on that, Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
Members only.
Ooh.
That's a part of that. That's what you get when you get that Patreon subscription.
$8.
$8, you get 2 episodes.
Mm.
You get exclusive merch that's only available on the Patreon. You get first dibs on the merch that'll be available to the public. First dibs on any live events that we do. And a live stream once a month with a call-in feature. You can call in and get our Howard Stern on.
Right.
Stern. For $8,
that's a lot.
shit better than Netflix.
Yeah.
I might have to up the tier like Joe Budden.
That's a lot of incentives. You get
A lot of incentives.
Yeah.
Just tell me you ain't got 8 for you had 2 for 4 today.
Yeah, you did.
You ate 2 for 4 for 4.
Yeah, you did. Big back.
Big back. Your big back ass. Eating out them goddamn 4 for 4. Why don't you go 8 for 8?
Yeah. You get more.
This is the original Netflix.
Yeah.
You remember shit was $8?
Yeah, it was $8.
It was $8. All right, bro.
What's up, son? We back now.
We back. We got some things.
We got some things?
We got a couple things.
All right.
Went to New Orleans. Bayou.
Mm-hmm.
Heat.
Hit you.
Nigga, hold on, hugged you.
Bear hug.
It holds on.
Yeah.
I had a bigger than that. Good bigger than that.
Bigger than that.
First of all, open up the bag, ain't nothing but grease and powdered sugar.
That's it.
Don't mind them.
Yeah.
Eating them bitches like the daddy off of Princess and the Frog. Good bigger than that. You hear me,
bro?
So we're gonna start y'all on a. So these are the circumstances, right? My auntie passed away. I get drunk the next day, shoot out a tweet, and then I go to New Orleans. We'll address the tweets and stuff later. And we'll address my auntie passing away. So rest in peace, my auntie Rhonda. Rest in peace to Big Cat Cousin.
Yeah, my cousin Sierra Javon Hosey. Rest in peace, baby.
Rest in peace. So that was a big that's what led into the hiatus. We had to go spend some family time. But you know, Big Deontay had some contractual obligations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't care about more than grief when that shit black and white.
Yeah.
They care.
They care, but
These good people. But we got dates.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got things set.
Yep.
We got obligations.
We expect you to be there.
We expect you to be there.
Yeah.
So I basically traveled and a lot of grief in that traveling. I would say this. The day of the United We Heal Film Festival hosting is the first day where I felt like back like myself. And that was on the 20th.
Yeah.
So and she passed on the 7th. So we had her funeral and repast yesterday. Great funeral. She did get cremated.
Okay.
But all the people that showed up, like all those people that showed up from her job, you know what I'm saying? Like all the family showed up. But we're going to get in that. We're going to get into some of my opinions on that because, you know, what we like to say at funerals, like, don't let this be the last time and things like that.
Right.
That's a bit of a millennial overcorrection on our behalf, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
New Orleans was great. We were down there to do media for a film called These Walls Wear Thin that would be shot in Louisiana. The synopsis of this film is an inmate is up for parole, but due to racism on the behalf of the CEOs, they basically fucked him over where his parole got denied. Basically, they put him in a position where he had to react or defend himself and led to him not being eligible for parole. He summons the spirits of all inmates past in that jail, and they come back and they murder the correctional officers. That's the synopsis.
Mm.
Now, who doesn't want to see that? The writer and director of this also is the writer and director, the writer of episode 7, season 1 of Fallout.
Okay.
So he got some good chops. Emmy. He also has won an Emmy.
All right.
For some of his work. Chaz Hawkins, great fella.
Shout out to him.
Him and Jordan Webb. Jordan Webb is the music director for this film. They've set up a songwriting camp. So we were there in New Orleans on Ferret and Valence.
Oh wow. You were where? You was where?
We was right there we was on Valence. On Valence, man. Know you like my dog John Gotti. Yeah. Shout out BG. So we was right there. Beautiful situation. The owner of the house is very, very influential in the community and assembled some local artists to be a part of this songwriting camp. Basically, it's a soundtrack camp. They want to bring back the soundtrack. So the soundtrack is being made around the film, but also culturally around the sounds of Louisiana because that's where it's made. Bruh, I have never been in a presence in a room with that many talented people. Every person there wears so many hats, whether it be, there's one dude, he's a rapper, he's a singer, he's a composer, he makes beats. A lot of those guys that were in there also rap and produce. Some of the crew from there was from Nashville, Music City. And are spearheading a hip-hop musical movement in Nashville and was invited down. Jordan Webb is from Nashville as well, Nashville area. And all of these talented people in this room for a week. We were there for 3 days. We were there in media, Prime ATL with me.
Prime?
Shout out to Prime ATL, who's also curating a creative event on July the 4th. That'll be 2 days from the time this airs. July the 4th also being my birthday.
Ow.
$ Grits Next Podcast. $ Grits Next Podcast.
Yeah.
Want to throw me a little 10-piece for my birthday.
Hey.
You know what? If you want to give me something for my birthday, give me $8 and subscribe to the Grits Next Patreon. Yeah. We never gonna stop plugging that.
Nah.
Also, something we missed. June 12th, Big Cat Day. Everybody wish Big Cat a happy birthday.
Yeah. June 12th.
Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah.
Birthday to Big Cat, man.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely Unk now. I'm Unk.
You 36.
I'm Unk.
You 36.
I'm Unk, son.
I'll be 35. I'm right
Unk.
behind you.
Yeah, listen. I'm happy. I'm blessed. I feel good to be here, baby.
You should be. Man.
Yeah.
We're doing great things.
Yeah.
So I do interviews with every person there. Now, the typical person would interview the director and the music director, and because they're the main two components.
Right.
I felt it necessary to give at least 5 to 10 minutes to everybody that was involved. So the bassist, the pianist, the composer, the person who just owned the spot. You know what I mean? Shout out to Big Nate. All of these people have such interesting backgrounds. So that vlog, it's like a documentary style vlog. That'll come out pretty soon in promotion for this film. And when the film is ready, they will premiere the trailer on the Grits and Eggs podcast.
Ow!
Yeah. Man, you know you fucking with me. Big Deontay, nigga.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Big Grits and Eggs.
Yeah.
Deontay. Snap my fingers. Everything disappears. All the podcasts disappear.
Everything goes. Joe Budden just disappears in the mist.
Niggas start pixelating.
Yeah.
Big Deontay, nigga, snap my finger. Nigga, all your podcast mics disappear. It's just me and Big Ice Cup.
No, we go leave Poor Minds too.
Yeah.
We gotta have them. It can't just be us.
Fine women right there, man.
Those some fine sisters.
Great podcast though.
Yo.
Lex is hilarious.
Yes.
And fine.
Yes.
Drea,
woo,
just fine.
Heat.
Seeing Drea out in the wild.
Out in the wild is crazy.
I approached her with my humblest voice. How you doing? My name is Deontay from Grits and Eggs. You may have heard of me, maybe not.
Yeah.
Lex has reached out. I just think it would be great if we made a connection, do a podcast together.
Right.
She said, oh, great, I have heard about you. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. About a tear to your eye.
Glory.
Yeah. Because them some fine sisters.
They fine. They beautiful.
They beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And they intelligent, too.
They're everything.
They're funny, intelligent.
Praise be to God.
Yeah.
So that's New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
We go do all the things. We in New Orleans. so real budget. We can see the budget in the B&B.
Okay.
All right. You can see the budget in the B&B.
Yeah, that's a good budget.
Private elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Take you to floor 9. We on the penthouse. We on the top floor. Private balcony. Overlooking the city.
New Orleans.
We can see the Superdome.
Yeah. You can see the swamp.
You can see everything. Like Pontchartrain. You can see it. See it all.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I said, man, how blessed am I to be here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Grateful. Got self-made cool with me.
Self-made cool.
Shot a couple videos while I was up there.
Ooh.
Shout out Prime ATL. Again, he makes vlogs that look like movies. He's the best. So we walking back to the elevator. Only people on this 9th floor they all penthouses up here.
Mm-hmm.
6 beautiful women from New Orleans walk in. But their gaze is averted.
Right.
They walk past me, Prime, and cool, like we're not even there.
Right.
I found that odd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not on no fame shit, purely on a vain tip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pure out of pure vanity. Who ain't gonna look at me? At least just one look.
Right.
And then keep it pushing. I ain't tripping on that. Hurt my feelings a little bit. Said, damn, these fine bitches in New Orleans ain't fucking with the kid. Then we find out why.
Who came out the elevator?
So they walk straight line, beeline, they know where they're going. They have directions.
Right.
Mosey's around the corner, 5'5", gangster. You can tell by nigga presence, he had iron on him.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay. Everything's making sense. He's in charge.
Yeah.
And he's got fire on him. You can tell by his walk. Very slow, very confident, very serious looking individual. Okay? He say, I was like, oh shit. He say, you the grits and eggs nigga, huh? In that voice. I said, that's me. He said, you a real motherfucking nigga. Oh, shit.
Third wall came out of
The third one. That motherfucker came out. And nigga, I did the beanie weenie. I was so happy. He was on my side. He said, you a real motherfucking nigga. It's a lot of bitch ass niggas out here, but you ain't one of them. Keep doing what you doing. Tap my hand hard as shit. Whoo! I was like, yes!
Yeah.
The streets fuck with me, nigga.
Streets. Gotta have the streets on.
Gotta have the street. The street fuck with me.
Yeah.
Same thing. Walking out Ferret. I'm at the corner of Ferret and Magnolia. Just walking. This is the thing about me. I ain't scared of niggas.
Yeah.
And not out of a cocky or confidence. I just feel like that's where I belong.
That's where I'm at.
I love niggas.
Right.
So I'm gonna be where niggas is at.
All the time.
Nigga hopped out the whip. Deontay motherfucking Kyle. I was like, what's up, brother? It's 2 a.m. He got a soldier right around his nigga and everything. Fuck around. He on the gallery right down the block. They buying back the block.
Got to.
They preserving New Orleans culture. Some of the best artwork that I've seen. That's New Orleans. We got Little Dizzy's. We got Neos. We do all the things. We get us some bigger nets. We hit the road. We get back to Atlanta. I posed in Atlanta for 2 days. Straight to Philadelphia. Time to host the United We Heal Film Festival. Oh my God.
What a time.
What a time. I was in Philly. Me and Swave. I was in Philly with Swave. First night. I had no obligations. I called Swave. I said, let's do something, brother. Me and him go to 15 spots. We go to 15 spots. 12 of them, we stay for 5 minutes. We just, this ain't it, we dip. First spot we go to, we just, getting to know each other type vibe. So we taking shots, we drinking mixed drinks, we smoking hookah, all these vibes. Great vibes. It was just us in there. It felt like we rented the shit out.
Yeah.
It was lit. We go to the next spot. This is where things get a little tricky.
All right.
$2 shots.
Oh. $2?
$2.
Shout out to Philly.
Espolón. The Espanol shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The Dia de los Muertos?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 shots.
Ooh.
$2.
Ooh.
He walk up to the bartender like this. 8 shots.
8 shots.
8 shots.
Ooh.
I said, what the fuck are we doing? But this is the thing about me. I go double shot every time.
Oh.
So basically 2 shots.
Yeah.
Hookah. We get some of that in.
Okay.
I go back up to the bar.
Oh.
Let's do 8 more.
8 more shots is crazy.
Lit.
16 shots is crazy.
16 shots. We in there dancing. He in there dancing. Nigga dancing. He doing this hip to before I let you go. He in there turn.
Yeah.
That's a tall nigga too, man. Nigga, 6'7" Liberian.
Oh.
Muslim. Devout.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hookah go out. We order another hookah. Boom. We're having a good time. DJ's spinning.
Oh my God.
We go 24 shots.
That's crazy.
On the 11th shot, we down that bitch. We look at each other. We point to that. That's not happening.
Yeah.
We can't do 12 shots apiece in this bitch. So we leave. And it's a blur. We both got back home safe.
Good.
It was a good time. I was in a rental. Next day, crazy hangover.
I bet.
Crazy hangover, but I got to work. We go to the pregame, which is the first music night for the United We Heal Film Festival. They have a music night. All those acts, 3 totally different acts, doing 3 totally different things, all of them doing masterfully. All of them were great. Boom. June 19th. Juneteenth. I go up top. I go to the Big Apple. Victor Light Podcast. Go there, kick with my dog Miro and Ben Bosson.
Yeah.
I go Ben Bosson. Rainey, Liz Ortiz. So much love in that building. I wore Timberlands.
As you should have.
I got them tagged.
Yeah.
I go see my auntie in Bed-Stuy afterwards. She still lives in the same apartment. Everything looks the same. New paint on the walls.
Nothing's only changed.
Nothing in Bed-Stuy has changed.
No.
When we pull up, it's niggas in lawn chairs sitting on the steps.
Yeah. That's Bed-Stuy.
That's Bed-Stuy.
Summertime.
Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Why not?
Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant. The line. This one represent MBK to the fullest. Bought this hat there.
Yeah.
Had to. I had on Tim's. Then we go south, back to New Jersey. Stop in Browning. We stopped somewhere in New Jersey to do the Not Too Serious podcast. Great guys over there. Out of fucking pocket. Mike specifically.
Oh.
Those niggas are out of their minds. They will say anything. It's safe to say I won't be going back on that.
They're too much.
Those niggas are crazy. But I had a great time. We come back, get some sleep. Next day, it's the big show, United We Heal Film Festival. 11 films, all of them 8.5 or better. We talking about from the standard of these are independent films, independently written, independently directed and shot. Fire. All of them very good. I had a good time hosting. There was an article written about me being a host.
All right.
Said I was impeccable.
Wow.
I've already been invited back to host next year, and I've accepted. Now, Miss Roberts and Miss Banks, you have to understand next year the price is going up.
The price is up, baby.
The price is going up. Because Tyler, the Creator, mentioned me in an article. Me and the cutting room floor, we're the only ones doing this thing the right way. Tyler, the Creator, don't like nothing.
He don't like anything.
He actually has made a career out of hating things.
Yeah.
But he's a hater.
Not a liar.
Come on, Tyler. So, let's get to the afties.
Okay.
After hours, after party. Zach Fox. Okay. Now, you may have seen our shenanigans. Me and Zach Fox met at 11. He went on at 12. We hung out the rest of the night.
Yeah.
We hung out till 5 in the morning. Just vibing. That's my twin for real. Shout out my brother Zach Fox. Same mama, different daddy. Same mustache. Next day, don't call me white girl. Man, I'm talking about I'm working.
Yeah, you're working.
I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm sad, but I'm working.
But you're working.
Don't call me white girl. Phenomenal.
Shout out to Mona.
Shout out to Mona, man. Love you, Mona. Shout out my boy Zach. Shout out Phelps. Shout out the whole team over there, Ebony, everybody that was involved. Next day, I go to DC. I was supposed to do an interview with El Custo. He couldn't get the flight corrected because he had a late show. Whoop, missed his flight. All good. Guess what I do? I just go around DC, get some good food.
Hey.
Canes, Trinidadian,
Mm-hmm.
Hakka Spice Ribs,
Shout out to
and
Chocolate City.
flight of rum, 5-year, 10-year, 15-year aged rum.
Hey.
I mean,
DC.
it started feeling like Trinidad James when I walked out that bitch.
Did you float away?
I did. I don't remember leaving. I just remember showing back up at the hotel.
Just wrapped up in dreads.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
floated away.
Nigga. Popped up in the hotel. Next day, fly back in. Early morning flight. Land, interview. Episode 73, Duran Bernard. Great interview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Working.
You've been working, baby.
Working.
Definitely been working.
Big Cat couldn't come to Philly. I was mad as fuck.
Hey, I wasn't mad. I was a little sad, but I wasn't mad though.
Yeah, family first.
Family first, always. Gotta take care of family business, man.
What a recap, man. What
Yeah.
a fucking. It was a long 3 weeks, but we are back.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that was said quite a few times at my auntie funeral yesterday was this thing about life be lifing.
Yeah.
We find a lot of excuses on why we don't show up for the people we love while they're living. Now, I have some regret behind me and my auntie's relationship upon her passing. There was in hindsight petty things that kept us from being in communication. Things that I took seriously when it happened, but as time went on, we could have gotten it together. We could have found some place of understanding. But pride is a motherfucker, and that millennial overcorrection. A lot of millennials have embraced this idea of individualism, right? The cut your folks off if they don't respect your mind, if they don't want to treat you like an adult, if they don't respect your sexuality, if they don't respect your politics, if they don't respect your ideology, you just cut them off for a better you. I would say that trend had an upkick of around 5 years ago. Seriously, during the pandemic, people were getting to the point where they was like, they feel that like they was in a bubble. Social media had became the outlet for everybody. It became a place of connection, but it became a place of digital community, but not real community. So a lot of us embraced this individualism, right? I will say this. Now, there's a pros and cons to everything. We also have to understand that we are in a swing of a pendulum, right? So a lot of things that we've done is we was raised in this traditional aspect, this religious aspect, and what we call the old world pre-internet. And then we were raised in that until we were between the ages of maybe 8 and 14. Then we get the internet. Internet is what it is. We go through Y2K. We go through World Trade attacks. We get on MySpace. And then this is where we start our digital communities on MySpace, right? Then your top 8, you go to school with 1,200 people, you got a top 8. And what were we doing? This is where we started incentivizing online friendships. If I put you in my top 8, put me in your top 8.
Yeah.
We start doing all of these things that breed insecurity about how visible we are in other people's lives on the internet, right? Facebook comes right along. Facebook is the small town. This is the interconnectedness of not only the people you go to school with, but your close family friends, your aunties, your cousins, childhood friends. You reconnect with people you went to elementary school with. We start embracing these online communities. And it becomes the focal point of our socialization. And a lot of our attention is given over to these online things, but not as much. Because it's still 2006, 7, 8. You got to get on a computer. The phones ain't really cracking like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most you doing on the phone is texting. For real, calling. We still T9. You know what I'm saying? But the internet was a place that lived on a computer, on a box. It didn't live in our pockets just yet. As we fast forward to 2019, 2020, in the midst of the pandemic, the online communities that we built became paramount because the physical communities dissipated overnight by government regulation, mask, anti-mask. People believe in it. People don't believe in it. The shot versus not getting the shot. Either way it went, we were incentivized to socially distance ourselves. Now, look at that. Social distance. We embrace that idea, social distance. But we could be as close as we want to be online. Politics becomes a very major thing during this time. And the end of the first Trump presidency and the beginning of the Biden-Harris presidency, people are very split between the left and the right. Politics becomes a very big focal point for us online. This is how we're gauging our communities and, unbeknownst to ourselves, creating echo chambers of not only information, but thought. And a lot of people realize that their elders are fairly conservative, and even if they aren't Trumpers, they're Trump adjacent in their thinking. Their thinking aligns more along with the right, usually a byproduct of religious thought, usually, or of Christian thought. So we decided to embrace ideology over religion. We create our own ideologies. We fall into these different sectors. We are in a space of self-discovery as an individual. And a lot of us get a lot of encouragement online to cut off our family, cut off your parents, cut off anybody that doesn't think like you, right? Now, in practice, this is good. You know, there's the pros and cons to everything. Being supported in the way that you think helps breed success in that thought process and for you as an individual. The issue with that is being an individual is very essential to being a capitalist, to only think about yourself. While you say you have community, that community only exists online. You can't go out and touch those people. The community that we got rid of is the community that we built with our family, tradition. So we've put individualism over community, and we've segregated ourselves and ostracized ourselves into these echo chambers of thought. Traditions create culture. But when we got rid of the religion, we divided ourselves with ideology. So we got to get to a place where we swing back that pendulum. We're on the extreme side of it. There's nothing wrong with it. This is how change happens. Change is a process, right? If it takes this long to indoctrinate somebody in their mind, and then all of us, when we get college age, decide to break away from these thought processes and these traditions and these religious dogmas, when we decide to break away from that way of thinking and start to embrace our own individual thought processes and find like-minded individuals, while it is good for the individual, it dissipates the community. You need opposition in thought to sharpen your own thoughts. One of the reasons why I don't often address things, the people that disagree with me online, is because they haven't articulated a disagreement. They just don't agree. That may be out of guilt. That may be out of shame. That may be out of anger, because it directly is in opposition of their current thought process. There may be some cognitive dissonance involved. Now, before I move forward, I will address this. I understand that I have a responsibility with my platform, as visible and as big as we've gotten. My mother raised me, pick and choose your battles, time and a place for everything. I did not pick and choose my battle, and I did say something at the wrong time and place. These ICE raids are extremely emotional for people. I do not support ICE. I do not adhere to the idea of anybody being an illegal person. I don't give a fuck about mostly the country and what it stands for and its incarnation and how it's run. I will never be on the side of anything police or police adjacent. So I support the people that protest ICE. I support the individuals who are going to be affected by this. I am not ignorant to the fact that it's not only going to affect Latinos, that it's going to affect Afro-Caribbean people as well, all descendants of the diaspora who may be first or second generation immigrants of this country. I understand the effects. I was being reactionary. I was also drunk. And I was being reactionary in response to Latino people calling out Black people for, quote, seemingly not supporting them, when there has been a plethora of Black people who continue to support the people who are going to be affected by these ICE raids, specifically Latino people. There's been a lot of black people who are loud and proud in their support because they understand that it's not just going to affect them. We, black Americans, have an extreme understanding of how things are always going to come back to affect us. So for anybody that's saying you're next, we were first. Ain't no next for black Americans. It's always now. I understand that. My reaction was stop calling out black Americans for the people that voted in lieu of knowing these events would happen. The 92%. Now, the execution was poor. My sentiments remain the same. Black Americans are not the guard dogs for your plight. We've been up against these things several times, and we understand that as soon as something comes up against you, it's likely going to trickle down to us. We're seeing that now with Haitian Americans being deported, Jamaican Americans being deported, Afro-Latinos being deported. We understood that this was the play. I, without any understanding or inhibition, tweeted that out of anger in response to videos that I've seen where people are specifically calling out black Americans as if we don't have a history of empathizing and standing next to you in your fight. I'm not your guard dog. If people feel like they told you how you vote, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The voting, that's not a virtuous thing. That's that's American. That's democracy. You're going to vote. If you decided to vote against your own interests and you in the find out phase, as people call it, you fucking around there, you finding out, I'm still going to support you against this system of white supremacy. But you have to also understand that black people are not social justice robots. We're not just these benevolent beings that's, oppression detected. That's not who black Americans are. We also have our own subset of issues that exist within our community. Issues of financial poverty, issue of environmental racism, issues of them erasing our fucking history, issues of colorism, issues of classism. We have our own slew of issues that we could be forefronting at any given time. That's what we do here at the Grits and Eggs podcast. Bring our issues to the forefront. To make it seem like black people haven't had a history of being empathetic towards everybody's causes is intellectually dishonest. To try to make me the whipping post this is the black American whipping post. We're going to put Deontay Collins the forefront and say he supports ICE. No, I support black Americans first and foremost because that's a thing that we don't do often. And we're chastised and criticized when we do put ourselves first. I'm never going to adhere to this idea of saying Hispanics deserve to be here because they're hardworking and they're this and that and putting their labor first, which I talk about all the time. What you do with your body doesn't dictate your value. I don't value Hispanic people or people from the Latino community because of the work that they do with their labor. I value them because they're a human. I don't want to hear this isn't a black issue, this isn't a brown issue, this is a human issue. Every issue is a human issue. That's my issue. When the issue is that of a black American, it's not a human issue, is it? It's a black issue. That way you get to pick and choose. When black people have feelings about how we're treated by other people of color and we're apathetic towards your plight, now all of a sudden we're the problem. That doesn't make sense to me. When constantly, time and time again, we've been shown that y'all are apathetic to our causes and only like to call on us when you need our help. Why do you need our help? Because we have a history of oppression in this country. And we have a history of fighting back against that oppression in this country. So we got the blueprints. If you respected black Americans, you would go back and research what works we did in the civil rights movement. There have been several movements in this country since slavery, since we got here. Several revolts since we got here. We've been fighting against this system since we got here, and we're going to continue to fight against this system. And we want to be in coalition with you, but your coalition cannot contain anti-blackness and cannot contain apathy for black Americans. We want to coalesce with you. We've shown you time and time again that we're willing to be in coalition with you. I don't want to only be in coalition when the chips are down. I don't want to see black and brown pride and black and brown unity when we're being attacked. When you're being attacked, now we need black and brown pride. When we're being attacked, now we need black and brown pride. No, we should have black and brown pride, period. There are also other people of color. It ain't just black Americans. Asian Americans, extremely silent. Don't hear you calling them out. Indian Americans, extremely silent. Don't hear you calling them out. Why? Because you know they're model minorities. You know the goal of those communities are to assimilate to whiteness. So you don't bother yourself to call them out. So then it gets to a point where it feels like you're punching down on me out of obligation. I've made the Black American obligated to fight oppression for me. We're going to do it anyway. But if niggas want to take a step back and say, let me think about this based on the way I've been treated by your community, we should be allowed to do that. And you should be understanding of that. I don't feel like it's crazy for people to be hesitant or apprehensive about standing by your side when the only time you want me to stand by your side is when that white dog come out and start biting niggas. Because when the white dog laying and he chilling, I will vote for Donald Trump. You don't think that's ringing in? Stop acting like your actions don't have consequences. Stop saying, oh, this is going to say to me, oh, solidarity is transactional. Yeah, when you do it. Don't try to project your actions onto me, bro. Don't try to act like you don't know exactly what I was saying. Now, some of the things I was saying because I was drunk was a little ahistorical. My bad. I won't invoke the names of leaders anymore, okay? My bad. But my sentiment remains the same. If we're going to coalesce and we're going to be in coalition because that's what we need to be in, we need coalition. We need unity and solidarity amongst people of color in this country. You're going to have to undo the apathy that you have for Black Americans, and you're going to have to address the anti-Blackness that exists in your community. Before you point the finger at Black Americans, ask yourself, how do I treat dark-skinned Afro-Latinos? Do I believe in keeping the race pure? Which just means don't create no dark-skinned Latinos. When you address those issues, then you can stop projecting your insecurities and your frustrations onto me and turn that mirror around. And I will continue to sit here on this platform and do the same. Traditions create culture. So we got rid of religion and we embraced ideology, and ideology is the thing that is dividing us. How many ideologies do Black Americans have right now? And are they ideologies or are they identity crises?
Message.
So, how do we return to a place of communion and family reunion outside of the funeral? So, this is why, and what you don't know is that we've had a couple of meetups with the cousins. We're trying to create these communities in a real place, in a real way. One way that we can do this is by supporting each other, by showing up for each other, by putting our money where our mouth is. Now, in a real way, I want to address something real quick. The UMOJA Now and Grits and Eggs podcast present Black to School Inglewood, resource and black youth for the road ahead. This is on August 9th, 2025 from 12 to 5 in Inglewood, California. Black to School Inglewood is a community-powered day of direct resource support, joy, and activation for Black youth and their family. Grounded in cultural pride and mutual aid, this initiative is built by and for our people. No middlemen, no barriers. We're giving away backpacks, books, groceries, and school supplies while also connecting families to local mentors, wellness services, legal help, education advocates, and more. So what you can expect is free back-to-school supplies and essentials, a book giveaway curated by the Free Book Initiative, youth services, which include tutoring, health access, and career guidance, mental health and wellness zones, resource navigation, field music, games, and cultural celebration. This is organized by me, here, Deontay Kyle, Big Ice Cup Cat at the Grits and Eggs Podcast, and UMOJA Now, in partnership with community members, grassroots leaders, regional organizations committed to Black liberation and care. This, UMOJA Now, is spearheaded by our last guest, Justin Ellis Brooks. If you watch that interview, you know what that man is about. So, to stay in contact, you can email info@justinellisbrooks.com. You can follow UMOJA Now and Grits and Eggs Podcast or Deontay Kyle on social. We are raising funds and seeking volunteers to make this vision a reality. Every dollar and helping hand directly supports Black youth in Inglewood. So, August 9th, 2025, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Donations can be made on Zelle, info@justinellisbrooks.com, or PayPal, and I'll provide the PayPal link in the description. And I'll have Tristan put it across the screen. This is my vision for this, okay? Do you have a dollar? Let's really talk about the power of a dollar.
Just one.
Just $1. If 10,000 people could give $1, that's all. I'm not asking for nothing crazy. You know where to donate it. You know what the cause is. That man is a stand-up guy, and I would not align myself with him if he wasn't. This is going to support. We talk about it. We talk about it a lot. You have an opportunity to do it. These kids need help. These kids are going to have their back-to-school services provided. $1. On my behalf, I call it the power of a dollar. Let's talk about the real power of a dollar. 10,000 people, way more than 10,000 people are going to watch this. Correct?
Correct.
10,000 people give $1. If you feel inclined to do more, do more. That's a stand-up guy. He's built this grassroots organization on his own with the leadership of other community leaders, and he wants to help these kids. He also does feed the homeless all the time in MacArthur Park, which is a dangerous place to be in for one. And he provides Narcan. He does. Go watch the last episode. Go watch episode 70. You can see what he's all about. But UMOJA Now, Grits and Eggs Podcast, Black to School in Inglewood, California, August 9th. Tap the donation link and give $1. That's it. $1. How do we return to a place of communion, family reunion, outside of the funeral? It's not easy to trust one another when they had a 40-year play of breaking our trust. 40-year play breaking our family. That war on drugs. That's a motherfucker, ain't it? It's a motherfucker. But how do we embrace community over individualism that we've accepted, that we've embraced? Individualism. You get a lot when you get low and you get that tunnel vision. But also the thing is that you get a lot of rhetoric. You get hit with a lot of propaganda. And a lot of us have put our head down and chased our dreams. A lot of us have achieved them. But we look around, when we come out that tunnel, and ain't nobody around us. And the people that happen to try to come up around you, sharks in the water, baby. Vultures, trying to get what you got. You ain't got no community. You ain't got nobody to share it with. You know how you know how easy it is to start giving back? Just gave you UMOJA Now, Black to School, Inglewood. Give $1. And understand the power of your dollar up against 9,099 more dollars. Just to help a kid, but to help yourself. Okay, if they can do it in Inglewood, how do we do it here in Atlanta? How do you do it in Charlotte? How do you do it in DC? How do you do it in Flatbush? How do you do it in Philly? How do you do it in New Orleans? How do you do it in Birmingham? How do you do it in Jackson, Mississippi? It can be done. How can you do it in Tulsa, Oklahoma? Houston, Texas? Dallas, Texas? I don't know about Houston. Not no more. Let everybody say nigga in Houston.
I think you was gonna circle around to that. Oh,
it starts small. When you decided to put your head down on your individual path, you ain't have shit. But you started striving. You started studying. You started researching. You became determined. You became passionate. And the same things that you did to get success as an individual, you can do to contribute to your community. And understand it ain't gonna be big. It ain't gonna be overnight. Why would we want to do everything overnight? Tell you what you do have as an individual. You have that online community. If you curate it, reach out to them. See who really about what they talking about. And don't be discouraged when you find out it's all performance. It's all for likes and views. It's all for that TikTok check. A lot of the progress is performance. Progress takes participation. How you gonna participate? Power of a dollar. Power of a dollar. I'm grateful. You understand what I'm saying? Curated a real community over here. I know for a fact, all the cousins.
Yeah.
All the cousins gonna give $1.
That's a fact.
I know it. Because we don't just talk about it over here. We've been doing it and we done met in person several times. I ain't sitting perched up on some guy. I ain't sitting perched up looking down on niggas. I be right there with them. I be kicking it. Motherfucker pay $8 to get extra content from you every month. You can't see him. You can't dap him up. You won't go meet him. You're a sucker. You're out for self. But we also understand that everybody ain't got their platform. They don't do it like this, do they? Do
Nope.
they, big cat?
Nope.
They don't even care to, do they?
Nah, man.
So how many ways have we overcorrected as millennials? Putting individualism over community. Cutting your folks off. Just address your people. Gotta build that backbone up. You can tell these folks how you feel about shit. They gang up on you, get ghosts, and you come back and you do it again until they respect you. Me? I'm gonna go disrespect for disrespect. You wanna call me a slur? I'm gonna go slur for slur. You grew up around me, right? You grew up around me. That means you can say, nigga, well, if I grew up around you, I can say what I want to say too. He called me a nigga. It ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. Don't feel good, do it, when you fight fire with fire. I won't be doing that publicly anymore. I'm just gonna say, what is the issue when I meet disrespect with disrespect? Big Cat, I done told these folks who I was several times, did I not?
That you did. That you did, brother.
I saw a crack in my own community. Just because I'm reformed, just because I see a better way ahead, just because I understand what the damage I was doing was, I ain't just some benevolent being floating. I ain't Jesus, baby. I ain't Jesus. You disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you. You call me a slur, I'm gonna call you one back. If you don't think that's the right way to do things, maybe you need to change your position on how you do things. Black people don't ask for much, do we?
Nah.
Just ask for respect.
That's it.
But now all of a sudden, you can remove cultural context, say I grew up around you. So I should say nigga too. You remember when we was watching the clip and Shorty said, do you say the N-word? Being asked that question is enough to know that you shouldn't be saying it. Big K, you 36?
36.
I'll be 34. I'm 34. I'll be 35 in 2 days once it's there. How many times have anybody ever asked you for permission to say the nigga? Say nigga.
One time.
One time. How many times have you been given permission to say nigga? Never.
No.
Never. Never had to ask permission. Never had to ask permission. Never been asked if, do you say the N-word? Never been asked it. I'm a descendant of them people. How many of these people didn't have names? And that was their name. And it wasn't no term of endearment. That's where we come from. That's the historical context of that. Whether you agree with it or not, whether we should say it or not, whether you agree with it or not, we say it. And we say it with embrace. We don't say it to disrespect each other, which is why it feels disrespectful when you say it. And all we ask is for respect. We'll circle back to that fat Mexican in a minute. Millennial overcorrection. How do we return to a place of communion and reunion outside of the funeral? Well, we got to get into parenting. We've embraced gentle parenting, not whipping our kids. Very good plight. But how much of us are supervising instead of parenting? Just supervising, just being present. adorning our children with gifts and iPads. I addressed this with my kids several times. Turn that fucking YouTube off.
Yeah.
Turn that YouTube shit off. Ain't nothing good on there.
Nah.
YouTube kids, and now, okay, young man, Altariq. Let me find his name. Powerful film that he had at the United We Heal Film Festival. All things are connected here. Altariq Miller. Real life situation happened to him, and he decided to turn it into a film, almost ruined his marriage. His child's watching one of these videos on YouTube that is in cartoon form, but the messaging is telling his child how to hang himself.
Oh, wow.
And his child tried to hang himself. And had they not acted fast, he would have lost his child. And his child is still not at 100%. And he chose to use that pain and vulnerability to advocate for a bigger cause, which is stop supervising and start parenting. Be aware of with the content that your child is absorbing, because there's messages all in it, ain't it?
For sure.
First time I discovered that my son was watching anything porn related, it was Sonic and Tails. My child's young, he's 8, 9 at the time, big fan of Sonic. But now he's seeing titties, dick, pussy, all that, because somebody, sick ass mind, decided, let's create porn with these cartoon characters. Now you have to have a sex talk with your child at 8 years old. Likely that's premature.
Yeah.
I know it's premature because of what happened to me at 8 years old. I wasn't ready for that shit.
Right.
Didn't know nothing about it. But I've since taken that into account. This is my oldest that went through this. I've taken that into account and say, all right, well, we're just gonna start the sex talks early, because the world trying to expose you to it early. So we're gonna start talking about it early. But how many of us are supervising instead of parenting? How much of that gentle parenting turns into a weekly explosion? Because you don't want to be a helicopter parent. You don't want to be overbearing, because that may be the parents that started you. We're all trying to undo toxic behaviors, negative experiences we had with our parents. Whether the parent was too strict, now we try not to be strict at all. Now it's a free-for-all. And your child don't know time and place. Your child don't know when to shut the fuck up. Have an opinion. Have an expression. Understand when to use it. My children express themselves to me all the time. They say crazy shit. They cuss, all type of shit. They don't do that at school. They don't do that to other people. And the times they have, guess what? Son went to school, start cursing. Guess what? No more cursing in the house. Because you took it outside the house. I chastise the shit out of my kids. We run tight shit around here, and I ain't perfect. And the idea that you aren't going to inflict any trauma on your children is delusional. You're parenting with no playbook, and all you're trying to do is do the opposite of what your parents did. They did some good things too. Now, we ain't gonna hide behind abuse talking about I turned out fine. We ain't doing that. What I am saying is, eat the meat, throw out the bones. But don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't just rid everything. You can't trust, first of all, I ain't listening to no white people for no parenting advice. We got this idea of gentle parenting from white people. Let's just keep it real. All right? That's where we get the introduction. Correction. While the term gentle parenting was popularized by a British author, Sarah Ockwell Smith, the concepts behind gentle parenting predate that literature and are molded and shaped after indigenous cultures and how indigenous cultures raise their children, including the indigenous cultures of Black people. So, in an effort to keep this podcast honest, that is a correction. Yes, we may have learned the term from white people, but the concepts have always been in our community. Now, this is a good concept, gentle parenting. Letting your kid express themselves, let them feel their feelings, embrace their feelings, address their feelings without yelling at them, without saying shit like depress them dishes. Address the mental health of your children. Have real conversations with them. But Black people have to tailor our gentle parenting to our community. Tailor our gentle parenting to the experiences we're going to have as Black people in this country. We should not be whooping our children. That's we all on the same page about that. I think when a 3-year-old is wilding the fuck out, you should pop them on their ass, get them back online. Get them back in line. Little wooden spoon, pack up. Don't fuck the baby up, but get them back online. Little pop. That ain't abuse. That get them back online. 10-year-old huff and puff. You shouldn't throw them down the fucking stairs. Hey, that's crazy. Shouldn't be breaking your child's shit. That's crazy. When the child is of age to talk to them. When the child can't talk, have patience with them. Every now and then, toddlers be wilding the fuck out. I ain't finna sit here and lie. Now, I'm not advocating you do what you want. I'm telling you, I'll pop my children's ass. Pop them right on the ass. Get them right on that meat. Just get them online. Focus. Words ain't working. Pack up. I ain't saying it's right. I'm saying it worked. And I can count on one hand how many all of them have experienced it. All three of them. Because I don't want to be a supervisor in my children's lives. I know the homeroom teacher. I know the principal. You got to get involved. Now, this is the next phase of what I'm doing here in this household. We can reach out to HBCUs, find African-American study majors that are looking for some extra credits and community things, and have them come to the house and teach your kids African-American studies. And if you got a little extra money, give it to them. But the the opportunity for them to teach, I'm telling you, in experience, oftentimes they take it on. And they'll do it for free, and you shouldn't take advantage of them. You should give them something. But how are we overcorrecting as parents? A lot of our overcorrection in parenting has become supervision over parenting. My son, 13-year-old, he want to run the streets now. Not run the streets in the sense of he trying to be a street nigga. Run the streets and he want to go to a homie's house. He want to go to parties. Woo. My mama, she went with that. Me, you got your phone. If I call, you better answer. If I text me back. If you don't, well, I know I said I was picking you up at 10, but now I'm picking you up at 9. Party's over. You can be strict without being a helicopter. You can't save them from the world. And if you try to save them from the world, all that work you did to get them put what's the idea? Is we're gonna mold them up, we're gonna keep them away from all the danger, and then we're gonna put them in college, and then your child is gonna spend the first semester getting drunker than they've ever been in their life. Wilding the fuck out.
I've seen it.
Had a cousin go through it. Very strict helicopter parenting. Went to college, wild the fuck out. Got hospitalized, drank too much. Because they don't know no limit because you ain't letting them live. They're going to do a little drinking.
Yeah.
You did a little drinking.
They're going to do a little smoking.
They're going to do a little smoking.
You did a little smoking.
Now, I am not in this ministry of I'd rather you do it here. I don't know if I'd rather you smoke at the house.
Nah.
I understand the sentiment of safety. I would rather you not be smoking at all. That's where I'm at with it. Let's be a little transparent. You want to be a little transparent?
Yeah. And also, it's not a genuine experience if you're smoking at the house.
It's not genuine. It's actually enabling.
Yeah.
Because then what? Because then what you going to say? When they just fired up.
On the couch.
They're going to say, damn, you said I could smoke at the house?
Yeah. You said it was cool.
You said it was good.
Yeah. As long as I do it here.
I'm good.
Now you mad.
I guess I'm finna go back outside and smoke with the homies.
Yeah.
It's not a genuine experience. This is a position I've taken. All right, my 13, he'll be 14 in a few weeks. Came in the house one day, smelled the weed on him. I was like, what's up with you? You smoking weed now? Light bulb came on. Should I lie? I saw him process it. Mm-hmm. Relationship that we have, let him know he don't got to. He was like, yeah, I smoke. I was like, well, how you feel? We went through the whole thing. I said, look, man, I'm not gonna stop you from being outside, and I can't be outside with you. Don't get in no car when there's weed in the car. Don't sell no weed. Don't buy no weed. If the homies spark up and you smoke, I can't stop you from doing that. I would prefer that you didn't. But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. After this summer, you better treat it like a phase, because after this summer, when school start back, I'm going to drug test you every 15 days. Because we got to build trust. Now, I'm giving you a leeway. I'm giving you the summer. I don't want you to, but I can't stop you. And I'm not going to restrict you to the house. Because what does restriction do?
Cause rebellion.
Cause rebellion and creates avenues around those restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
If I create laws,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to find ways to break the laws. Okay? Fair. He said, look, Dad, I feel like that's fair. Got my word. When school start back, I'm done with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you got the rest of your life to smoke weed.
Yeah.
You got the rest of your life to do everything you want to do. Right now, we focus on the education. You want to be an athlete, you can't be no athlete and be getting high.
Nah.
Because think about, how good of an athlete you going to be against the athletes that don't smoke, drink, none of that. They just pure-blooded Americans.
Real blue bloods, baby.
Blue bloods. That they're working.
Good American product.
Yeah.
Made in America.
Made in this motherfucker. Huh? Only problem they can have is drinking too much water.
Too much milk in the cereal.
Yeah, goddamn. Calcium in their body. Never skips a workout. So we found a place of agreement. And I even told him, I don't know what I'm doing. Straight up. I said, look, I might not even be approaching this the right way. This might not be the right resolution for this problem. But this is all I can think of. Because I don't want to be like my mama and put you out the fucking house at 13 for that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
When I know at 13 I was smoking weed. So I have to reflect on who I am. I have to reflect on how I was raised up. Oh, so you know what we did? We sat down.
What happened?
I sat that nigga down. I sat that nigga down and made him watch 2 documentaries about the fentanyl epidemic in San Francisco and the fentanyl epidemic in Philadelphia.
Jeez.
He was looking at them niggas slumped over. He was like, damn.
Yeah.
And I said, pay attention. I said, I haven't watched these documentaries. I guarantee you, one of these people is going to say, somebody put the fentanyl on the weed. Within the first 10 minutes, nigga say, man, I was good. All I did was smoke weed. 19-year-old boy. Mm-hmm. Somebody slipped fentanyl on the weed. Now my body need it. I said, well, you ain't far away from that, brother. Mm-hmm. And if you don't think they'll do it to a 14-year-old, you don't fucking know the world.
Yeah.
I said, this is ultimately what I'm trying to prevent you from.
Yeah.
You're naive. You're ignorant to the consequences. And that's not your fault. It's my responsibility as your parent to make you aware of the consequences, trying to steer you back on the path that I feel like is the path most suitable for your success.
Facts.
And then when I guide you in those ways and you become an adult, I have to trust that I've instilled enough in you for you to be able to go out and do these things and make good decisions on your own. And you're still going to make mistakes because I still make mistakes.
There's no manual to this.
Ain't no manual.
And that's good that you said that because my mom always gave me 2 references when it came to, she said, you go smoke weed, but roll your own shit up. And she would always reference DMX. And when it came to like hard drugs, she said, you don't want to do that. And she always told me about Lynn Bias. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I agree with you on that.
But shit, I gave my own reference. Nigga, I was doing cocaine.
Your dad was... Your dad was out here, baby.
I told him, I said, bro, we could have been successful 10 years ago had I not been on drugs. We could have had this shit figured out at 25, my nigga, had I not been on coke.
I don't think you would have. I don't think you could have handled it at 25.
No. But not this.
No. You couldn't handle this at 25.
At 25, I'd have been... Welcome back to the Grizzly Next podcast. DeontayKyle.com for all your merch. Do a line merch coming out.
I almost threw this mic. Do a line merch is crazy.
A-Ball Corner Pocket merch coming out soon. DeontayKyle.com for all your merch.
Oh my God.
It would have been no Grizzly. It would have just been 8 Ball. Right there where the You Matter logo is. It's been a fucking 8 Ball. What that mean? Yeah, this nigga do cocaine. Yeah. He's also pretty enlightened. He's kind of smart. Sometimes he goes off the rails. It's the only podcast you ever seen where a nigga do the line on camera. Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
So that segues me into my next topic. Because as a parent, what are you? The leader.
Yeah.
We pine for black leadership. We pine for it. We placed the label upon Deontay as a leader, thought leader. I take it on, and I'll take the responsibility to come with it. So when I fuck up, I'll tell you I fucked up. But if I feel like I'm right, I'm going to tell you I feel like I'm right. If I don't execute well, I'll say I didn't execute well. But when I fuck up, I'll tell you I fucked up. Leadership over wise counsel. Now, one thing I don't want to happen with this Grits and Eggs podcast is that y'all put me up on a pedestal as the leader of the black community. That's beneficial to white supremacy. Why? Cut off the head and the body will follow. I want to create a coalition in the black community of thought leaders. Not one singular individual. And not based around any ideology. It don't have to be the Martin way. It don't have to be the Malcolm way. It don't have to be the Fred way. It don't have to be the Stokely way. It don't have to be the Angela way. It don't have to be. It has to be liberation for black people. And whatever means you have to do to approach that, you should. But we should do it together. Okay? Council. Real coalition. Before we start a coalition outside of our own community, we should have one within it. Because who they coalescing with? Individuals? I'm going to go create a coalition with this community and as an individual? While they already have their... Well, that's how you become a pawn for other people's plights. So we need to create a coalition in our community. Now, a part of this leadership and a part of the flaws of the things that we see as leaders online is people speaking as an authority and not a participant. Your mama yelled at you to get you right. Don't yell at me. Okay? Your mama demeaned and degraded you to get you in order. Don't demean and degrade me. Because you ain't perfect. Don't speak down to me. Speak to me. Speak lovingly. I ain't saying go soft on niggas. I'm saying have some empathy. Don't yell at me. Don't wag your fucking finger at me. You ain't no authority. You ain't perfect. You're a participant. You had to undo some things too. That don't make you better because others are in the process of undoing. It don't make you better. It don't make you no authority. You still got shit to work on. Don't talk down to me. Talk to me. Talk with me. Participate. Progress requires what? Participation. You're a participant if you want progress. You're not an authority. Whatever parenting style that you had, I know what the shit come from. Trust me. I know. This shit is directly connected to how your folks talk to you. When you fucked up, how they chastised you. Made you feel less than, made you feel stupid. Degraded you, demeaned you. Talked down at you. Waved their finger at you. And now that you feel like I've made a lot of good decisions that have put me in a financially stable place, a mentally stable place, an influential space, I'm going to adopt those same ways that were given to me to others. Because that's how I translate empathy. That's how I translate help. Tough love. Don't talk to me crazy. Okay? In the words of my boy Zelle TV, who the fuck are you talking to? Real shit. Yeah. Who you talking to? The people that receive your message were also demeaned, disrespected, degraded in the process of progress. Now the only way that they can accept a sage advice is by being demeaned, degraded. No, that's destructive. Because what's going to happen when these people progress to a place where they respect themselves? Progress to a place where they have higher self-esteem. They ain't going to allow you to talk to them like that. Then where's your audience going to go? We have to have empathy for black people if we're going to see progress in this community. We have to have empathy for ourselves. Just because that was the way you were reared doesn't mean that you recreate that rearing in your state of influence. You ain't no fucking authority. Have some empathy. Because if we only judging out the actions without the context of the cause and effects of the things that have been done to us in this country, then we're participating in the same thing we're up against. You're only judging off the actions. You're not looking at the minds and the hearts of black people. You're only judging them off the actions. Actions are based on cause and effect. If you don't know the causes, then you don't know that you're looking at the effects. And you're judging the actions. Some actions should be judged, but without the context. Without the context of the understanding of the things that black people have been through. You understand it. You think the way that to fix it is to talk down. You're out of your mind. This creates Afro-pessimism. This is what we talked about, low racial self-esteem, this Afro-pessimism, fear and growth, because you find comfort in trying to be the oppressor instead of addressing your oppressor. You want to create an oppressed class beneath you instead of realizing you are a part of an oppressed class of people. And you don't, and maybe there's a little fear behind addressing your true oppressor. We got to come together. None of us sit up on thrones here. Okay? We was kings. We ain't kings right now. We ain't kings right now. You can be a king in your mind. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm all for affirmation. I'm all for things that seek to uplift. Language that uplifts. I'm also all for us living in the reality of our situation. We can't delude our way out of oppression. Huh? You can't be delusional and just use these words of affirmation to lift yourself up. Because when the words of affirmation don't work, the actions have to. And the actions have to be bent on the reality of what we're going through. The actions have to be based in the reality of our situation. That's how we have to act, based in reality. Which is why I don't speak as an authority. I speak as a participant. I'm right alongside you. Because we're all affected. And affected in different ways. There was a multitude of actions. There's a multitude of actions. It's a multitude of wars waged against the black community. Mental, physical, spiritual. Multitude of war, chemical. Multitude of wars. Multitude of actions waged against the black community. All going to affect us different ways. We have to address it. This is why the right, seemingly so effective in their messaging, seemingly so effective in their politics, because they have one issue. They have one goal. The goal is white supremacy. If everybody on the right is on board that we're working towards white supremacy, then it's very easy to come to agreements about things. Is this in favor of white supremacy, yes or no? If the answer is no, then we don't go. The answer is yes, then we're going to push forward. The left is for humanity and all of its problems. Very hard to come to an agreement on that, ain't it? So first you want to start in the black community. Let's start in the black community. All these different age gaps, all these different sexual identities, all these different ideologies, and everybody wants theirs to be first. Then you move over to the Latino community, same thing. Indian community, same thing. Asian community, same thing. Then you got to siphon through which of those groups of black Americans and other people of color fall on the right or the left. And you'd be surprised how many fall on the right. Even those of us that are black Americans. We talk about the 92%. We talk about the 80%. It's 28%. 28% on that right. And why? We have to understand that these people have binary thinking, so I'm going to be binary about it. The right is the party of white supremacy. The end goal is white supremacy. That's the way I see it. Conservatism, Christian values, white supremacy. The left is for humanity and all of its problems, which is why we can't come to agreement, because everybody wants their problems to be dealt with first. Now, I want to say this. Big problem on the left is that we don't want to address the original sins. And the reality is this. Until you do right by the Black American, you're not going to be able to do right by anybody. Because Black Americans have bloodshed, have history of massacres, of lynching, of slavery, of disenfranchisement. We have a history of terrorism being waged against us in this country since we got here. So if we're going to talk about first things first, let's address the first thing. And when you don't address the first thing, and you don't want to address the plight of the Black American, the voice that is extremely loud on the left, if you don't want to address that first, and it's going to be all performance, then nothing's going to get done. Because if we have to go first things first, through all of humanity, all of these different identifiers, all of these different races and nationalities that live on the left, and all of their problems, and everybody wants their shit addressed first, then address the first thing first. The Black American and their plight. The Black American and their fight for reparations as descendants of chattel slavery. Reparations for all of our black towns that was bombed and overrun. Reparations for eminent domain that broke up our neighborhood. Reparations for segregation and Jim Crow. Reparations for the war on drugs. If you don't want to go all the way back, we can just keep moving forward. Repair. The only thing Black Americans seek is repair and respect. Everybody got a problem with it when they got to address our issues. And that's the issue with the left. They want to first things first. Huh? First things first. A lot of you niggas don't want to put first things first. You don't view the white man as your enemy, but his history does. You don't see the black woman as your partner, as your sister, as your confidant, but her history does. You view the black woman as your enemy with evidence. And you done made the white man your idol. You act like him, you think like him, you reason like him, you rationalize like him. You ask for his daughter's hand in marriage because you want to be like him. And I don't. You don't think he your history. You don't think he your enemy, but his history does. You don't think that white girl your enemy, but her family does.
Message.
To idolize your enemy is crazy. Okay? Let's just start there. Now, if we're going to talk about coalition, I have to understand that there's going to be some people that get left behind. Because you done made this black woman your enemy with no evidence. And you got all this evidence of this white man. All of it. A lot of it. Centuries. Oh, real centuries. Real centuries. Your issue with the black woman starting feminism, what that's the 1960s? Nigga. What else was happening in the 1960s?
It was a lot going on in the 1960s.
You talk about feminism, and the only thing I can see in my head is lynchings, dogs biting niggas, fire hoses. You talk about feminism. You don't see her as your partner, but her history does. You don't see him as your enemy, but his history does. And he's still making history. Big, beautiful bill.
Oh.
Big, beautiful bill. More history. They're writing it right now as we speak, trying to undo your history. To the point where one day you won't even be able to see him as your enemy. You'll just keep him as your idol. Makes sense to go against ICE, because guess what? I'm going to tell you how I see it. Housing bubble burst, correct? Mm-hmm. We can go back further than that, but we start here. Housing bubble burst. Economy. Mm-hmm. Banks bail out big corporations. We need cheap labor. If we're gonna rebuild, what's our model for rebuild? What's our model to build with? What's the model that they use to build this country? Slavery. Okay, we got the 13th Amendment, so we got a little slavery popping. We got it popping, but it ain't popping hard enough. Okay, so we're gonna incentivize this cheap labor. Everybody can come. Come on in. Come on. Come motherfucking all. They exploit the Latino community for cheap labor. That's just a reality. They exploit all immigrants for cheap labor. Now, when we make one decision, we got to understand that one decision is going to branch off into a ripple. Huh? Big stone hit the water, a lot of ripples. The only ripple they focused on was the exploitation of cheap labor. What they didn't bank on is population growth. Population growth in these immigrant communities, population growth in the black community, population decline in the white community. Didn't bank on that. I don't know if I've been watching a lot of people of Latino descent being deported, Haitian descent, Jamaican descent, Afro-Caribbean people being deported. I ain't seen nothing. Norwegian being sent back where they came from.
Nah.
Because now we're in the population game. It's all happening again. Same way they got the Italians to ditch their culture and assimilate. Same way they got the Irish to ditch their cultures and assimilate. Same way they got the Jews to ditch their culture and assimilate into whiteness. It's happening again. Because evil don't rest, nigga. Gotta go check the numbers. Why do we need control over women's birth, reproductive rights? Why do we need control over that? Because women are becoming individuals. A lot of women are deciding I don't want to have a baby. A lot of white men aren't seeming so desirable anymore. A lot of ambiguous babies popping up. White men don't like.
White men don't like.
White men don't like. Probably men don't like them. Men don't like. Why? Why don't they like it?
They're a dying breed.
Dying breed, baby. They're a dying breed. They're going out of style.
They're going out of style.
This is going out of style. White people aren't discriminated against. White people are gauged fairly based on your actions. Ain't nobody discriminating against you, nigga. You're evil. History of cannibalism.
Yeah.
History of misogyny. History of white supremacy. History of terrorism. Everywhere you go. History of destruction. Everywhere you go. Ain't nobody being biased against you, nigga. You're being judged fairly and accordingly based on your actions. And the actions of the people that came before you. Guess what? I can't assume that you're virtuous when all of your history says you're malevolent. White people sit up there, white niggas sit up there. Ain't nobody, and we would talk about real racism. White men experience. No, white men are reaping what they sowed. Huh? Reap what you sow. You niggas like Isaac Newton, right?
Preach, my brother, preach.
Every action
gets
an equal and opposite reaction. You in the reaction phase, brother. Sir Isaac Newton told you that, nigga. Huh? Yeah, nigga, I know your history too. It's the only history you acknowledge, so we're gonna acknowledge it. You're getting what you owed. Ain't nobody being racist against you. Nobody again being discriminatory against white women. What is your history? What is your history? And what do you still perpetuate present day? Victimhood, damsel in distress, fuck a nigga, say he raped you, get him hung. Casual killing act. That's the homework. That's homework for today. We back. We back with the homework. We back. That's today's research. Casual killing act and why? To protect and enslave people from white women. Just killing them. Before the white woman could vote, she could own a slave. It's your history. It's your credit score, baby. Credit score is in the toilet. Huh? I wouldn't finance white people with a 1998 Honda Accord with a brand new transmission in it. Wouldn't even finance it. That car all of $2,000. I wouldn't even allow you to make payment plans. As a matter of fact, I'm charging you $5. You don't deserve anything. You don't deserve any credit. You don't deserve any grace. You don't deserve it. Actions, not individual, actions of your community. History. I ain't giving you nothing. Not over here. The grace I give the black community is based on what? The history, the traditions, the culture. This is my community. I know what we've been through, and I know who put us through it. So you don't see the white man as your enemy, but his history does. You don't see the black woman as your partner, but her history does. Better start checking into that history. Better start doing the motherfucking knowledge. Better start using your cabeza. Because I am. Big Cat, what's today's mathematics, baby?
Today's the 29th. It is wisdom and born. You know, like I always said, man, wisdom is what you know from knowledge, and knowledge is infinite, and knowledge is the absence of confusion. So when you have that, you got the wisdom, baby. Then you go be born to that supreme being. Once you get all the mathematics, it always goes from knowledge to born back to knowledge. Then you add on to that cipher. It's just a repetitive cycle of mathematics, because knowledge is infinite, and you can always add on knowledge. Today's mathematics, baby.
Do knowledge.
Do the knowledge, nigga.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. We back, baby.
We back.
Ooh. Yeah, man.
How you feeling?
Like a preacher?
That's what it sounds like.
The doors of the church is open.
Mm-hmm.
Come on down. We need some organs. We need some organs. How you?
I'm good, son. I
Ready
feel
to get
good.
into some of this advice, man?
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've been here.
And we ain't talked to the folks in a minute.
Yeah. Let's talk to them.
All right, let's
see what they got.
All right.
Hey, man, I was listening.
Nigga, a little aggressive, huh?
Yeah, he came in a little hot.
He didn't even say hello.
Hey, man, I was listening to episode 67, waiting for you to drop some more knowledge, so I got to go back and listen to old episodes, you feel me? But I live in Florida. I'm from Fort Valley, Georgia, right up the road from you feel me? And you said something about your son was talking about how you feel like he lives at school and visits home, and you was like, I don't think nobody gonna believe you that my son really said that. And I'm sitting here thinking, bro, 67 episodes in, this you we talking about. Like, if you preaching the knowledge to us through podcasts, I can only imagine what knowledge you're doing at home with your son. So, like, if you say your kid said something and you were like, you don't know if people gonna believe you, they not true fans. And that's just real shit, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, you too, Big Cat. Ready to knock a nigga out, Cat. Still laughing at that shit. But, hey, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all are the fucking revolution, and I believe in y'all words wholeheartedly. Keep preaching, man.
My brother. He right, though.
No, he's definitely right.
We doing the knowledge at the house.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Niggas already know when it's time, hey, we having a family meeting. Niggas like,
damn.
A family meeting, it just mean lecture.
Yeah, that's all it means. Ain't no meeting.
You get into a lecture hall
Yeah.
about something I disagree with.
What do we do now?
Shout that man out, bro.
Yeah.
Shout you out, brother. All right, let's see what we got now.
Hey, man, shout out to y'all, man. DK, Big Ice Cup, what's happening? Hey, man, this, your big cuz down here, Smoke Dog, down I-20, man, down in Augusta. Hey, man, I just want to give y'all props, man. Hey, condolences to, your loss and everything. But I just want to reach out, man. Hey, I'm status. So, like, I be listening to you. I don't know if y'all call y'all. But anyway, scratch all that. So, I've been divorced for like 5 years, but us men do not have like the resources or like the necessary tools for post divorce. So I was like contemplating starting an Instagram page or a podcast or something like to help people that going through divorce. I mean, I'm always promoting that love, but sometimes, hey, might not be the right one. So we had to bounce back. And some of the, some of us don't have like the health insurance and things of that nature, the necessary resources to have, to do that. Cause hell, when I was divorced, hell, I didn't even have, any type of resources or even like hell, a YouTube video to just like to try to navigate through this. So I think that's something that I wanted to do. I was just like, do anybody have like any outlet regarding to like post divorce type things for dudes, right? Like this for the niggas. But hey man, keep doing what y'all doing, man. Just a random ass thought. Hey man, keep doing what y'all doing, girls. Hey, DK, Big Ice Cup, all love over here.
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to the AUG.
Yeah, Augusta. Yeah. Down out 20.
Yeah, way down
East.
there.
Way
Gotta go
east.
Check this out. I've been thinking about this. All right, so 1 in 2 marriages fail. That's just a fact. That's a statistic. And I think when we listen to that statistic, we focus a lot on the probability of things failing instead of the probability of things having success. So you should look at that metric of marriage as, okay, it could fail, but it could succeed. It has just as much probability to fail as it does succeed, and that's incumbent on the two individuals that are in the marriage, their willingness to fight for the marriage, and the reason why they got married in the first place. So now we're going to discuss divorce. As I can see, it's not an easy thing to go through. Now, I do this a lot, so this is finna turn to the Grits and X Pandercast once again, okay? We're gonna get in our pandering bag. Pay attention to what women do and how they show up for each other when one of their sisters goes through stuff like this. Mm-hmm. They go on a journey of self-discovery, journey of wellness. What is it called? What do they call it?
The sister circle.
A healing journey. That's what they call it. They go on a healing journey. Now, depending on when you meet a woman, she always in the space of healing, right? But I think we should focus on the fact that they are trying to heal. Oftentimes with men, our healing is what it is. We go to the gym, we get drunk. You know what I'm saying? We try to drink our pain away. We try to fuck our pain away. We try to work our pain away through exercise, right? But I don't think we focus a lot on wellness, which could come in the form of mental health, would come in the form of personal hygiene. Mm-hmm. Just taking care of yourself. A lot of times we'll wallow in depression because we don't have outlets. And oftentimes our friends don't create a lot of space for us to express ourselves for a long time, right? They'll let you express yourself 1 or 2 times. After that, they'll be like, man, you got to nut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You got to tighten the fuck up. We also are not, very keen on mental health, physical therapy. I mean, talk therapy. Mm-hmm. A lot of us assume that we can deal with our issues on our own, and it is Men's Mental Health Month. So I would suggest to anybody to do what you can to create a barrier entry to talk therapy. Hold your friends accountable to their position in your life. Like, bro, I need you right now. Just be honest about it. Don't fear the rejection. And men, show up for your friends when they need you. Show up for your friends when they need you. Even if it's just an ear. Tell your friends that you love them. Tell your homeboy that you love him. Support your homeboy. If you notice that he's isolating, go see him. Go take him out to eat. We have to stop. First of all, I don't like this shit that women do where everything niggas do is sassy or gay. I don't like that shit. Stop doing that. You want men to be more emotionally available, but when they do things that put them in a position of vulnerability, you call them gay. A man order a liniment drop, he gay. A man want to go play a video game with his homies, he gay. Everything niggas do is gay. For one, that's extremely homophobic. For two, you're stunting men's growth. You want traditional men, but you want emotionally available men, but you want hard men. You can't have it all. If you want a man that's more emotionally available, a man that's a little bit softer, a man that's a little bit more emotionally intelligent, then you're going to have to undo the ways that you believe men should be. Because all the men that you idolize have none of the qualities that you seek for in a man. And we're going to take the onus off of them and we're going to leave it up to ourselves. And we need to go hiking with the homies. Go work out. Don't go work out alone. Work out with the homies. And work out with intention. And the intention is to overcome something that's going on within you internally, not just to build up muscle. Don't try to fuck your way out of sadness. It don't work. Trust me. Don't work. Don't drink yourself to death. It don't work. Trust me. Been there, done that too. It don't work. You're going to have to talk to your friends. Don't feel like you're going to be... I've called Big Cat several times when I'm in dire straits mentally, and I will always like preface it like, oh, I ain't trying to take up too much. And he's always reassured me that he's always has an ear for me. Mm-hmm. And he's always going to be there to support me. And the same thing is available on my behalf. And the same thing has been available for my friends, period. When they need me, I'm there for them. Show up for your friends. And men, show up for yourselves. Don't be afraid to say that you need help. Don't be afraid to say that you need support. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to outsource. Don't isolate yourself. Talk to somebody. Call your dad. Call your uncle. Call your cousin. Call your best friend. And if all those things don't help, like, bruh, use even better help. I don't think that that's a great tool for therapy, but use it as a barrier of entry to talk to somebody. Because honestly, the biggest thing is that we don't talk about our feelings. And also women, when your man come to you with his feelings, when your man come to you with things that are plaguing him emotionally, don't make it about yourself. Don't make it about yourself. Because what you're going to do is have him defending his emotions based on how it made you feel. Now he's apologizing for how you feel about his fucking feelings. And guess what he's not going to do ever again? Talk to you about his feelings. Stop making everything about yourself. Listen to your man. Listen to a man when he's telling you how he feels. And do it based on him needing your support and not him putting his problems on you or making you the focal point of his problems. Don't make it about yourself. Men, reach out to other men. Other men, be available for your mans. And we're going to be all right.
Yeah, start that podcast. Start that safe place. If that's your idea, if a seed popped in your head, grow it.
Plant
Water
that
it.
seed.
Yeah, nurture
Plant
it.
that seed. You don't know what you could be doing. You don't know what a resource you could be.
Facts.
Hey, Beyonce. Calling from Dallas, Texas. Want to give a shout out to you and Big Ice Cup Cat on the show. Basically, I just want to let you all know that y'all doing y'all thing, and I'm really proud. I'm really proud to support you all. I did want to leave this in the email, but I'll go ahead and just voice my opinion. My baby daddy is really a red pill nigga. Like, he one of them red pill niggas for real. He feels like he does the most and he really does the least. And he had recently said to me with a straight face that his mom was a single mom and she raised them with no problem. And I'm like, your mom she didn't keep it real with you, because if you think being a single parent, anything is easy, you're sadly mistaken. But what are your views and thoughts on dealing with men who feel like they can come and go whenever they want to, or they can do whatever they want when they want, instead of actually co-parenting and creating a cohesive environment for that child to grow up in? Once again, thank y'all so much for listening.
Get you a great stepfather.
That's a boy. Listen, when it comes to co-parenting, when it comes to the issues of raising a child, if the focus of the man is more on himself and how things affect him than it is on how it affects the child, you're not dealing with a man, you're dealing with a boy. I pay these bills. I'm in my child's life. You're supposed to be.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. What?
That's like saying, I drove a car and I didn't get in an accident. Yeah.
You did what you're supposed to do.
I'm glad, thank you.
You're responsible on the road.
Thank you. The fuck? When it comes to rearing these children, there's a lot of sacrifice that comes in it. If you, like she said, if you think your single mom didn't struggle, you're a liar.
Yeah.
Also, you're diminishing her plight. You diminish the plight of that mother that did it without your dad. And what you're trying to do is recreate those circumstances.
Yeah.
You're trying to be an absent father. You a fuck nigga.
That's your excuse for not being there.
It's your excuse. My mama did it on her own, so you can do it on your own.
You're a pussy.
You're a pussy. You're a fuck nigga. I hope all the things bad in life happen to you and only you.
Shit.
Put a hex on that nigga. Really.
Yeah. Put the hex on him.
Step up for your child or step the fuck out the way so somebody can step in. That young lady has a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice.
She probably looks amazing.
She probably looks great. Niggas in that Dallas-Fort Worth area take care of your child, nigga. Since you don't want to.
Yeah.
You keep saying, like, I'm glad you're saying my baby daddy and not my man. And then you mentioned the co-parent because I was like, why are you with this nigga?
Yeah.
But they obviously aren't together. You can't make a boy be a man. He have to do that on his own time. And he will use you as a proxy for his excuses on why he won't step the fuck up. He will say you were trying to keep him away. He's going to do all the things. He's going to do all the things. It's not your problem. Focus on that baby. And the men that come in your life have to understand that and assume responsibility for that young boy if they want to be in your life.
You are a package deal.
You are a package deal. Huh? Premium package. Premium pussy? Premium package.
If you want the premium tier, you got to step up.
You want that premium pussy?
Yeah.
You got to take the premium package.
Oh, shit. That's true, though.
It's real shit.
That's real.
Fuck Mexican OT. Real shit. Like, nigga talk about I'm you know, this be my thing about niggas like that, bro. What did he do when he got the nigga pass, right? Went right over there to Joe Rogan, went right to supporting Trump. How do you respect black people and you are in alignment with right-wingers and red pillars and racists? Soon as you blew up, you went over there and cozied up with the white people.
It's in his lineage.
It's in his lineage. It's conquistador.
It's in his DNA.
Yeah. Spanish Inquisition. Got your mind. Got your mind, fat boy.
He's a Spaniard.
If that nigga was in front of me and said, what you gonna do about it? I would have put a pile of cocaine on the table. I know you weakness, bitch. I know you weak for that coke. I know it. I like to use niggas' information against them. It's always the niggas that's built like they melting that got the most to say. Okay, so here's my thing. Before we get into the rest of this advice thing. It's always this understanding of, oh, I grew up with you. I grew up eating with you, fighting with you, and all these different things. If you grew up like that and you love me, then why can you ignore the historical context of that word? And the incarnation of that word being the complete opposite of anything loving. It doesn't feel loving. So if you love me, you should want to remove that word from your vocabulary. You shouldn't want to refer to me as anything that could be seen as harmful. and you shouldn't have to make excuses. If you have to make excuses for why you use a word, maybe you shouldn't be using it. Because black people don't make excuses for it. We have a cultural understanding on why. If you can use it, then we should be. No, that's not how things work. You don't get to police black people's language. You don't get to pick and choose. Because we don't walk around calling y'all slurs, but we might start. Big Cat is staunchly against that.
At this point in our lives, I am. You would have said it 8 months ago. I'm all for it, baby. Right now, I don't think
I won't be the person to use the slurs, but I encourage all black people, if you are encountered with somebody who wants to call you a nigga and they not a nigga, call them whatever they slur is. And then maybe we'll get some correction. Maybe once you feel disrespected, maybe once we ignore the historical context of your slurs being used against you, maybe you'll understand why we feel the way we feel. That's not an all-inclusive word. And you shouldn't fight so hard to be disrespectful to people. It's not a term of endearment when it doesn't feel endearing, nigga. And then also all this, love I got for black people, said it in a room full of women, said it in a room with Cleo Trapper, who has such an issue with black Americans for some reason, especially Southern black Americans. Nobody pushed back because you was in a room full of women, look around acting like, and who gonna do something about it? That lets me know that it comes from a place of disrespect. It doesn't come from a place of love if the reasoning behind it is what you gonna do about it. It's not love. It's just that them niggas in Texas have allowed you to disrespect them, so now you feel like you can disrespect niggas everywhere. We'll see how that plays out for you. Showing love and need advice. What's up, Deontay and Big Ice Cup? Cat, first of all, shout out to you guys and FD Signifier. That's my guy. FD's my guy. He shouted you guys out, and I've been listening nonstop. It's so refreshing to hear some brothers around my age who see the world similar to me. I felt alone in thoughts. I started to think maybe a nigga was tripping. The internet has done a number on our generation. Niggas ain't trying to build community. They want to be a part of the white supremacist power structure, believing more in self-reliance than the power of pulling each other up. Well, God.
Do the knowledge, nigga.
That's pretty much what today's episode was about, wasn't
Yep.
it? I currently am in school for aviation maintenance. I watch a lot of videos for better understanding of things I'm learning. One thing stuck out, though. Despite most of my fellow students being black, nobody in those videos looked like us. I had an idea of making content explaining different aircraft systems, but I have no idea where to start. As someone who has built your own platform, I have to ask, where do I start? Also, leave my contact info for anyone who would like to help me build out this idea. I'm also in the Atlanta area. Lastly, I want to leave my GoFundMe info. Before enrolling in school, I was working a job making about $60K a year, which was cool, but I saw no future. It's also interfered with my schedule. I left that job, took $5 an hour pay cut. At that time, didn't seem like much, but it was. I'm struggling month to month to pay tuition now. I'm grateful for any help I can get. And if anybody in the community has aviation apprentice jobs, I'd be grateful for the opportunity. I'm over halfway done with school. I already passed my general aviation maintenance exam, and I have a 3.9 GPA. Well, brother, we're going to get you some help. Okay? I'm going to send Tristan all these details. Oh, yeah. All right. I got you, my dog. He got an $1,800 goal. That ain't even crazy. 1,800 people, give $1. $1. 1,800 people, give $1. That's it. Done and done. Sound easy to me. I'll have the details for that posted below. We're going to do one more email. But I'll say this. Start where you started. Don't recreate the wheel. What's the curriculum that they gave you? Start where they started with you, and then work your way up. Yeah. Just go by the curriculum that they taught you. That's where you start. Start where they started you. They already showed you where to start. And the fact that you want to do it, and the fact that you want to create informational content around aviation maintenance will influence other young men to get into aviation maintenance. And in the meantime, in between time, we'll see what we can do to help people donate to your GoFundMe. 1,800 people, $1. You got a dollar?
I got a dollar.
I got a dollar. I got a dollar. I got a dollar. Hey, 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 hey. You got a dollar. He got a dollar. Let's get this young man a dollar, man.
Yeah.
Power of a dollar, brother. That's all we asking is for a dollar, dog. Can't get somebody a dollar. Do you really give a fuck?
Do you really care about community?
Do you really care about community? You don't. This young man asked for help. We're going to get him the help he needs. Hey, Deontay, my son told me about your podcast. He suggested that I reach out to you for some help. He mentioned that you give great advice. I could sure use your advice on a current situation. My name is Stephanie. I was employed at Duke University for over 24 years and was forced to retire this past March due to racism. I am unemployed, angry, disgusted, and desperately in need of a job. I've done clerical and secretarial work and retired as a program coordinator. Since March, my funds have been depleted. I find myself crying every day because of all the shit I've been through. I'm too old for this. Financially, I was not ready. If you have any advice, please don't hesitate to share. If we have anybody who can help us get jobs in the program coordination department, clerical and secretarial department, please reach out to me and we'll help this lady land employment. Being employed somewhere for 24 years and then, it's that DEI shit.
Yeah.
That's all that is. The correlation is there.
Yeah.
We sorry to hear that happened to you, sister. But if anybody has resources on jobs in that field so that this young lady can get back employed, please reach out to me and I'll relay the information to her. We've done it before. Yeah. We can do it again.
She said Duke, right? Duke. Yeah, so she's in the Raleigh-Durham area.
Yeah, Raleigh-Durham, yep.
Yeah.
And so if anybody in the Raleigh-Durham area has employment opportunities in that area or no work from home employment opportunities, please reach out. Send me your resources. I will send them to her. Real community work over here, man.
Yeah, that's what we do it for.
This is what we doing it for. Okay, final thing of the day. I do not like to feel manipulated. I'm needing advice I've been dealing with my baby's father for 8 years, 6.5 years in a relationship and not together for 2 years. We have 3 kids together now. Backstory on a trip, I have found he'd been cheating off and on throughout our relationship with the other women, including his first baby mom. I immediately crashed out on the trip, came back single. Within 3 months, bought a home for me and my kids and left him where he stood single. With that being said, we decided not to fool around. We still decided to fool around and had our 3rd child.
Well, you did all that for nothing. You crashed out on the trip, got you a place for the kids. All that was for nothing.
And he got you pregnant.
Again.
He got you pregnant.
So you can come back.
During that time of not being together, I made things clear of not wanting to be together and just doing the do. Now I'm permanently fixed. Well, 5 months clean of pregnancy? I don't want to talk to you anymore.
What is she talking about?
Clean of pregnancy?
Clean of pregnancy is crazy.
Acting like the baby's an addiction? Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's a cartoon that used to come on Cartoon Network.
Uh-huh.
What was it called?
Two Stupid Dogs?
Two Stupid Dogs. That's been the Chris Next Podcast, episode 72?
72. 72. This is 72.
This is 72?
72.
We back.
We back, baby.
Episode 72, we are back. DeontayKyle.com for all the merch. More merch is coming. Mm-hmm. Exclusive merch is coming for the cousins. Mm-hmm. But also brand new merch is coming for our average everyday listeners. Yeah. And we love you. Mm-hmm. And we're grateful for you.
Absolutely.
Shout out to our Spotify listenership.
Yeah.
Shout out to our YouTube viewership.
Yeah.
Deontay at DeontayKyle.com. Email submissions for all advice. Mm-hmm. You too can be a stupid dog. 657-234-EGGS if you want to leave voicemail. Also will be used as a call-in feature for the live that is exclusive to who?
The cousins.
The cousins on Patreon. Grits and X Podcast on Patreon. The Grits and X Podcast on Patreon, $8. $8. Power of $1, UMOJA now. Mm-hmm. We're going to help the kids in Inglewood.
Yeah.
Power of $1, young man in aviation. Only got to go to $1,800.
That's it.
We can help him raise it. Mm-hmm. Deontay.Kyle, across all platforms. Big Cat.
BIGG_KAT89 on Instagram. Big Ice Cup Cat on, Big Ice Cup Cat, one full word, on TikTok. Yeah.
You got to change your name to Big Ice Cup Cat on Instagram too.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
Just because, so it's just one name.
It's just one name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta get uniform. We gotta
Yeah.
get you professional,
Gotta get
baby.
me right.
You the host.
I'm the host of New Music Mondays.
Yes, absolutely.
I am the big cat.
So, BIA Awards polls are now open for the voting.
Mm-hmm.
Go vote. This has been episode 72.
Mm-hmm.
We back. I am Deontay Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
But who's behind the camera?
The coolest co-host in the world, Big Ice Cup Cat.
Until next time, baby. We'll see you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.